Now, look, we haven't talked about Kristen Gillibrand's run for office on this program since probably the day that she announced. And we're not alone. I think everyone has not talked about her campaign since the day that she announced. But it's not necessarily a statement as to who she is as a person or even as a politician necessarily. It's just that it's hard to see a reason for her candidacy in light of all the other candidates that are running. But with that said, not as bad as Beto, who actually could have something else to do that would be helpful for the things that he's ostensibly running for. But be that as it may, we have bunch of Democrats who have gone on to Fox News. I think that I think there's an argument that they shouldn't be doing this. I think there's an argument that they should be doing it. I don't feel terribly strongly about it when it comes to people running for office, specifically as a group doing it. But they all have felt obligated, as they should, taking the opportunity to crap on Fox News. And in various different ways. Kristen Gillibrand decided to do that, and it's interesting. I don't recall the other candidates off the top of my head. Buttigieg, Sanders. Has anyone else appeared on Fox News, Democratic candidates? Getting the pushback that she gets here. Now, I don't know if that's just because, like, they can't allow this to happen this time.
They realize a pattern.
Or if it's like it'll be easier to do this with a female candidate, because I certainly know Fox's formula. Those older male viewers love to see younger women get admonished on the I mean that is I can assure you. That is
basically porn for them.
Literally a formula. That is what they call in the business a macro. So I don't know if that's what was going on here, but I thought Gillibrand did a pretty good job, and I thought Wallace was about as craven as I've seen him in a long time on this. Here it is that Fox News Town Hall, Kristen Gillibrand and Chris Wallace is hosting, and somebody must have said to him, like, look, if you want your bonus this year, you better do some work for us.
Thank you, Chris. As Chris said, I am a retired nurse, pediatrics actually, so I dealt quite a bit with preemies. What I'm asking you, Senator, is what is your position on late-term abortion or last trimester abortions?
Well, thank you for serving our community and helping our babies, particularly our preemies who deeply need the medical care they have. My view on women's reproductive freedom is that it should be a woman's decision to make these most intimate life and death decisions for themselves. A woman should be able to decide when she's having children, how many children she's having, and under what circumstances she's having. And what we have created, unfortunately, is a false choice and a false narrative. And Chris, I want to talk about the role that Fox News plays in this, because it's a problem. I can tell you, before President Trump gave his State of the Union, Fox News talked about infanticide. Infanticide doesn't exist.
Senator, I just want to say we brought you here for an hour. We have given you, we're treating you very fairly. I understand that maybe to make your credentials with the Democrats who are not appearing on Fox News, you're going to attack us. I'm not sure.
Pause it for 1 second. I want to go back.
No,
nothing close to this. I mean, this is unprecedented with these. But I mean, think of what he's stipulating here that is unsaid as he says, we invited you here, as if, like, they want it both ways at Fox. We're just a news organization. Like, as if they've really gone out of their way to prove that we're not partisan, that we have you here. Well, why do you need to do that? Like, it's not like a news organization's like it's a favor, right? Like, no, can you imagine like NBC saying like, we've done you a favor by allowing, no, of course not. It would be weird for them to think it. It's only because everybody knows in the universe that Fox has been, will be basically the Republican communications arm. And so the fact that they invited her here is a big concession on our part. We're even getting in trouble with the president. And so just go back a little bit, because I don't know, that stuck out. But go ahead.
That maybe to make your credentials with the Democrats who are not appearing on Fox News, you're going to attack us. I'm not sure it's frankly very polite when we've invited you to be here.
I will do it in a polite way, but it's to her point.
Well, I just think why don't we instead of talking about Fox News, why don't you answer Susan's question?
The debate about whether or not women should have reproductive freedom has turned into a red herring debate. And what happens on Fox News is relevant because they talked about infanticide for 6.5 hours. 6.5 hours, right before President Trump's State of the Union. Mentioned it 35 times. That is not the debate of what access to reproductive care is in this country. It doesn't happen. It's illegal. It's not a fact. And I believe all of us have a responsibility to talk about the facts. The facts are that women in this country have had a constitutional right for over 30 years to make this fundamental life and death decision. And this president has emboldened legislatures in 30 states to begin to criminalize that decision. Criminalize the decision of whether or not and when you want to have your children. Criminalizing the doctors with a 99-year sentence if they are offering abortion services and providing the care that women need. Why should male legislatures across this country decide when you're having children, how many your children are having, and under what circumstances? I don't understand it. It's a human right. It's about having bodily autonomy. It's about being able to control your physical self. It's undermining every human right, civil right that we could have. So let women make these most personal decisions. For many people, it's a moral decision. For many people, it's a medical decision. So why can't they make it with their doctor, with their families, with their husband, based on their own faith, how they believe and what they feel? It is that woman's right.
There you go. I mean, it might have also been worthwhile for Gillibrand to say, you're a pediatric nurse. Do you guys commit infanticide? Do you think that's legal?
How many infanticides have you done?
Right, exactly. I mean, but it was interesting that that Chris Wallace was like that motivated.
Pathetic.
I mean, it could be that they
had,
cash. I mean, Bernie was more gentle about it, but he dunked on them, and the audience and Buttigieg hit them. Well, that's what I'm saying, is it escalated with each step. So there must have also been a signal from the up top of like, the next candidate that comes out here and reminds us that we're a fascist propaganda organ, you better, and also it goes to his whole self-concept that he doesn't, because clearly he's invested in the idea that even though he's on this horrific propaganda network, that he shouldn't be subjected to that sort of questioning. But
so we made up to think about infanticide. Whatever.
It is extraordinary, though, to just say like it, because she's made the point well that it's not just like you're promoting anti-choice policies. You're lying in the most extravagant, flagrant terms hours a day on the highly rated cable news network. I think that does have some effect on our politics.
Well, but it got a very good answer out of her, I must say. Like, I was impressed with the performance that she gave. I think a lot of people see her as kind of an opportunist who goes wherever the wind blows, and that may be true on some issues, but not on this one.
Right. No, I agree.